It looks after the interests of all of the members of the European Union. In fact, every person who becomes a commissioner takes an oath to put Europe first rather than their own country. So you're not there as a representative. In my view, the Commission plays a vital role, particularly in the help that it gives to the smaller countries in representing the interests of the diversity of Europe. I was lucky to be there when we completed the internal market. That meant removing borders, trade, removing borders in the area of capital, goods and people. I was the one who introduced the Erasmus program because I was Commissioner in 1986 for education. Otherwise, I was Commissioner for competition, and I was the one who authorised the International Financial Services Centre in Dublin. I think that at that time we liberalised Europe, and the liberalising of Europe allowed us to attract all the foreign industry that is in Ireland today. 75 or 80% of our industry today would not be in Ireland but for the fact that we're a vital cog in the European Union. It has been the outstanding, vital element in our entire economic development. If we weren't in the European Union, Ireland would not have an economy. We would not be able to employ our young people. It is the very fact that we are a location for investment and that we ourselves can produce and sell into the European Union that has allowed us to transform the country between 1973 and now. The key element in Ireland, in economic terms, is our membership of the European Union and our membership of the Eurozone. The euro is absolutely vital. If we weren't in the euro and our currency were free floating, it would today have dived to levels which would be akin to, although it wouldn't have been justified, but would have been akin to that of Iceland. The only thing that has sustained Europe with any growth over the last 15 to 20 years has been the creation of an internal market which will accommodate some 500 million people. This has given us a great economic base off which to develop. If each country had remained economically isolated with national borders and national controls, Europe would by now be little more, in my opinion, than a tourist resort for visiting Oriental businessmen, because we simply couldn't compete industrially in the way that we are able to, at least to an extent. Currently, we've challenges as it is. Those challenges would have been much greater had we been outside if Europe had not got a European Union. A small country the size of Ireland, through the structures of the European Union, has an opportunity to give voice to its concerns and attitudes for mankind as a whole, such as climate change, such as terrorism, such as war, such as any major event that threatens the world. We have a voice because we're sitting at a very important table. And not merely that, the way that the table has been constructed, the institutional construction of the European Union, gives us an opportunity to use that voice in the development of European policies. Otherwise, we would simply be an offshore island floating off the west of Europe with no influence over the great issues of destiny for mankind during the coming century.